Anyway, sorry folks, camera was knocked out of my hands. I'm really sorry. Lieutenant Dickhead over there, the guy without the hat, attacked one of the demonstrators. Right? He's one of the chief architects of San Francisco's oppression. Right? So if you block traffic, you get the shit beat out of you in San Francisco. That's how it works in this fucking city. Right? You got any number of assholes that want to be cops. They don't protect me. They're only protecting the 1%. That's all they do is protect the 1%. If you're rich, they're there for you. But if you're poor, expect to get beaten down by the police. Fuck you, motherfucker. You're a fucking coward. You better watch your back. Right, there's the asshole responsible. Right there, the guy without the hat on. He just walked up and attacked a woman for no reason. Nothing but a punk on the police force. Anyway, they're not sorry. Don't worry, I'm on your side, 100%.
No, I know, it's all good.
I'll keep an eye on you if the police want to start attacking you.
What is Christina's last name for the NLG? Today is the 61st day of the hunger strike. 61 days that these people have deprived themselves of food in order to bring attention to their plight and to their mistreatment in Guantanamo Bay. We heard rhetoric after rhetoric from Barack Obama about how he was going to close Guantanamo Bay, about how he was opposed to torture, about how he was for human rights. And then we found out 6 months ago that he passed a bill appropriating $50 million more of our dollars to expand Guantanamo Bay, to renovate Guantanamo Bay, to have more state-of-the-art torture techniques, to have more state-of-the-art torture centers. What's going on? We stopped paying attention. If we're not out here causing a scene on Sunday, then they get away with it.
Fuck you, please.
So it's all about, you know, you may be like these people are loud or they're blocking the street, but what about the people around the world who are being tortured, getting their fingernails torn off, getting waterboarded, getting their limbs torn off by American soldiers, by American generals all over the world, trained at the School of the Americas. This ain't new. This ain't about Guantanamo Bay. We did this in El Salvador. We did this in Chile. We did this in Guatemala. We did this in Panama. We did this in Argentina. You think they call them the dirty wars for nothing? They're the dirty wars because they're dirty wars. And dirty war means that human beings are being brutalized.
Motherfucker looks hella uptight, don't he?
Yes. When the heart is sealed, you can see it in the face. When the heart is sealed, you can see it in their face.
That's right.
So, anyhow, I wanted more people to speak about how they feel about Guantanamo Bay and what's going on. And I just want to bring attention to the
fuck
issue.
you, pal. Right? They asked me, people are watching. So fuck you. And fuck the San Francisco Police Department. You're the biggest bullies in San Francisco.
I want to thank everyone who came out today in solidarity with the hunger strikers in Guantanamo Bay. My name is Saida. Put yourself in the shoes of an Iraqi prisoner right now. You're probably arrested because you stood up to the government that dropped bombs on your family. You probably came back to your village to discover that your best friend had died. And you saw a foreign government invading your country over a non-existent stockpile of nuclear weapons. Those weapons, by the way, were weapons that the CIA knew unequivocally had been destroyed in the 90s. This war is not about security. This war is not about protecting American interests. This war is about money. This war is about making a profit for big corporations that have nothing to do with the American people. Almost all Americans would have nothing to do with torturing political prisoners who never committed a crime. This war is supporting us. So we're going to turn around and we're going to support the Guantanamo Bay prisoners. And
No torture!
So this is not about Guantanamo Bay, but this is about Israel. They are keeping us in prisons in Israel and starving us to death.
Louder, into the mic.
Okay, where at, right? The Israelis are acting like we are not a state. Palestine is a state. We have rights too. They should give us our rights. People in Israel, in the prisons right now, haven't eaten for 70 days. Imagine not eating for 70 days.
I can't do it one day.
One more shot.
Just quickly, there's also hunger strikes going on in Palestine right now, which people should be aware of.
From the prisoners in the Israeli
Pelican Bay and all across this country.
let's talk about Samar Asawi.
Let's think about what you support.
What about those 20 kids who got shot in Connecticut? What about them?
No, this guy's not talking about our subject.
Wanted to do something like that.
And you
What
guys,
about that? What about Oklahoma?
Why are you telling them, brother? You gotta talk to the people.
What about that? What about that? What about that? We don't talk about that.
talk about the Haitian people. Hey guys, talk about the Haitian people.
Oppression is all around the world. And most of it is funded by the United States government.
I'm from Haiti.
Tell about it, man.
Our government pays for war crimes all around the world. We got a corrupt government.
The CIA is behind it big time. And I'm strongly against
go to jail too, but then this is gonna be fucking police.
What the hell is he waiting for?
Tell about Airstream, man.
Okay.
Tell about Airstream.
There's a second moments
Alice was a good guy. I want to talk about the CIA coming to the
Help the message, so I kept it Guantanamo Bay.
Let's just march on the street, talking about Guantanamo and make it Union Square and hit I say we just go to Union Square and hit Arcelado and hold the rally in Union Square.
Hey, folks, don't get it twisted. Anybody out here standing in solidarity with prisoners in Guantanamo are not pro-violence. We're not pro-terror. We are not pro-terrorists. We are pro-human
No, it's the
rights.
fucking police that are violent.
I can only speak for myself. I'm not anti-police. I'm anti-police state. Yeah. For myself, I'm a Muslim. As a Muslim, I'm against terrorism, and the biggest exporter of terrorism is our country. Our country terrorizes people with drones. Our country has the biggest stockpile of nuclear weapons on the planet, and we're trying to build more. Our country is the only country that has preemptively struck against other countries and is threatening countries like Korea, Syria with preemptive nuclear weapons. So don't believe that because we're here standing up for people that you may not know about, that somehow we're pro-violence or pro-death. Not at all. My religion requires me to stand up for the right and to speak out against the wrong. And what's happening in Guantanamo is wrong. And if you believe in human rights, you can't just believe in it when something like ponies on the road and on the internet. When it hits the streets, you have to stand with us because it's not going to end until people like you speak out freely. So please do, brother. Please.
Yeah, I think it was 1994 when Polly Klaas was murdered, right? And the government used all that fear mongering to get the 3 strikes law enacted. And all these uptight people ran to the polls. Oh my God, my little girl's gonna get raped and killed and kidnapped. Ran to the polls, voted for the 3 strikes law, and before they knew it, their son wound up in prison. Their nephew wound up in prison under mandatory minimum laws. My point is this, like my man said, we're preoccupied with the newest iPhone, the newest Android, the hottest shit, and we're not concerned until it touches us, our neighborhoods, our family.
Tell 'em about it, man.
We don't give a damn about the neighborhood
Tell 'em.
2 blocks over.
Tell them.
You better start giving a damn about the neighborhood
Tell 'em.
2 blocks over, because pretty soon it's gonna be your neighborhood.
Right.
For real.
All right, y'all. So we want to keep our blood flowing, and we're gonna march to Union Square, and we're gonna hit our Salat Asr over there and make more du'as in solidarity with the prisoners in Guantanamo Bay. Is everyone feeling that idea?
Most people don't know what Dua is, man.
All right. Du'as means prayers and love to the people.
All right, well, let's march.
Move. Let's move.
All right, everyone, we're going to Union Square.
Show us the way. Show us the way. You got the better one.
Somebody's keeping it together around here.
I mean, after what? We've had at least 3 good years of this. We got to have some kind of structure. I always try to hold it back.
All right, well, we're going to head off on a march. We're
No, we're just doing just across the street. You know what
Okay.
happened?
And go up Powell Street, I guess, huh?
What's up?
Let's go up Powell Street.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it. Looks like they're going. I'm going to get a little bit of a head start.
Just coming from Target and I see the top down there. That's why they took their shit. I was like trying
We're going to be marching to Union Square, folks.
Like me?
Yeah, all right, man.
I'm
Good
fine.
job over there. I like that.
Thanks.
All right.
All right, so we're going to head up Powell Street here to Union Square.
I'm sorry.
That's okay, hon.
Out of the stores and into the streets. Guantanamo detainees. Out of the stores and into the streets. Free the Guantanamo detainees. Out of the stores and
Sorry, folks, I have to get a little bit of a head start because I can't walk that fast. But I am walking, which is a big deal to me. I was stuck in this damn wheelchair for 3 years.
Out of the stores and into the streets!
This is fine.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Well, I'm gonna sleep here tonight. There's the attacker right there, folks. He attacked a girl at the demonstration. Keep his face in mind. He's a motherfucking coward. Right, this guy right here. Right? He's a fucking coward. He likes to attack women. Right, he's a woman hater is what he is.
Out of the stores and into the streets. Out of the stores and into the streets. Out of the store and into the streets. Out of the store and into the streets. Out of the stores and into the streets. Out of the stores and into the streets.
He's a woman beater. Saw him attack that fucking woman for no reason.
Out of the wars and into the streets. Out of the stores and into the streets. Out of the stores and into the streets.
Sorry.
Into the streets.
I don't know why I keep wanting to call him Billy.
And what our government's doing is wrong. Out of the stores and into the streets. Out of the stores and into the streets. Out of the stores and into the streets.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Sorry about that.
Into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
That's right, get loud, y'all, get loud. Let people know that the torture going on in Guantanamo Bay is unjust and immoral.
The whole government's immoral.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets. Guantanamo detainees. Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Tax free for the rich, right?
Out of the
I said nobody poor is going to shop at this motherfucker.
Guantanamo detainees.
Out of the stores and into the streets.
Guantanamo detainees.
Are you guys all accepted? You guys all, condone the torture going on in Guantanamo Bay?
No.
No, hell no.
Are you guys going to accept the torture going on in Guantanamo Bay? That's right. This is to call out the injustice that's going on in Guantanamo Bay on the 61st day of the hunger strike. Everyone who's out here putting their heart and soul into the streets is a beautiful person. Those who continue to turn a blind eye to injustice,
You're
I
like
have no
stupid.
words for y'all.
Yeah, somebody ought to waterboard your ass.
To the streets!
See how much you like it.
Yeah.
Out of the stores and into the streets!
I'm tired of stupid Americans. I'm getting the fuck
Out
out
of
of
the
this
stores
country.
and into the streets!
I'm serious.
Out of the
my
stores
German-
and into the
I got my
streets!
German passport in order, dude. I'm ready to
Out of
go.
the stores and into
Well, I
the
can go to
streets!
Spain and do it. I'm gonna go
Out
to
of the
Spain. Fuck
stores
this
and
place.
into the streets!
There's the woman hater right there, folks. So if you're a woman and you come to protest in San Francisco, you better watch out for that motherfucker.
They're talking.
Right.
Right, because he'll jump you. Right, he doesn't care if you're a woman, he'll beat the shit out of you nonetheless. That's our San Francisco Police Department. Yeah, I got it. I got it. They like beating women on the San Francisco Police Department. That's their favorite thing. Because they're a bunch of fucking cowards.
Does anyone else want to speak about what's going on? I know there's a lot of people haven't gotten a chance to speak.
Out of the stores, into the streets. Fuck the sidewalk, vote with your feet. I mean, fuck the ballot.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be upon everybody here that's gathered here and everybody here that's hearing my voice.
Yeah.
We're out here today because we are human beings that beat hearts and we scream and cry at any indignity and any oppression meted out to anybody in this planet Earth.
Woo!
Muslim, Christian, Jew, whatever. We're all God's creation.
Woo!
Okay? Many of you people are misled by the media propaganda that we have in TV and radio. Okay? And when you guys hear Guantanamo, you guys probably think, oh, those are terrorists. They probably did something. Okay? Look at them. They look like criminals. They got big beards. That's all false. Okay? You guys are being fed propaganda to justify war and oppression against innocent men, women, and children, okay, throughout the world, okay? Right now, the Obama administration is continuing what the Bush administration did prior to him and what every administration did prior to Bush. Okay? We are in multiple wars. We're bombing multiple countries that have not done anything to us, okay? We're killing children. We're killing women. We talk about going over there to save women. How do you save women by bombing them? What kind of savior is that? So don't believe any of these lies. And as far as Guantanamo Bay is concerned, the United States government itself has found the vast majority of these people innocent. No proof. Charges dropped. No charges. And in fact, they've been said to be, by the judges, have been asked to ordered to be released. They're supposed to be not even in this prison as we speak, but yet they're there. And this has been going on for years and years and years. It's now over a decade that we've had this. And some people will argue, well, Obama tried to stop it, you know, and the Republicans blocked him. It's not true. What Obama tried to do was actually an even worse precedent. Obama was trying to move that prison and bring it on American soil. So we were going to have a prison in America that someone could get detained indefinitely, no charges, no trial. You guys realize what that means? That means if Obama accuses any one of us of being a terrorist, just accusing us, we can go to jail. And now, on top of that, we got these drone strikes.
Without a doubt.
He don't even got to do that. No jail time. He can say you a terrorist and he can kill you. Okay? So this is the system that we're living in. And we live amongst all this material wealth. And it's looking fine. Everybody's sipping on their Starbucks coffee. Everybody's living their life. But this is the reality. This is the ugly, grim reality of what's undergirding this whole society. This whole society. And we're out here today because these brothers in Guantanamo Bay are innocent and have been facing years and years of torture, sleep deprivation, going 24 hours in a room with bright lights so that they can't go to sleep. If they try to go to sleep, they get beaten. Okay? They're going on hunger strike because they've realized that there's no law in Guantanamo Bay. There's no justice for them. Although the judge has said that they're innocent, they're not going to see they're not getting released.
And so they decided that the only thing that they have left is their bodies. All right? That's why they've been going on hunger strike. They're refusing to eat anything given to them. They're refusing water. And to empower that indignity, the soldiers in Guantanamo Bay are actually force feeding them food through their nose. Can you guys believe that? If you saw that, if you saw somebody getting fed whatever they're trying to feed them through their nose, what would you guys think?
Disgusting.
What would you guys think?
I'd be horrified.
It's disgusting.
We've seen what happened in this country in slavery, and that's the exact same stuff that they did to slaves. And we all are repulsed by it, right? Because it's 2013, we're against that. But it's happening right now, and it's been happening. And you guys, everybody, all of us, are complicit, not in doing the act, but in refusing to stand up and speak about it. Even the weakest iman says to condemn it in your heart. So we're maybe a step above that by speaking about it. Okay? So I'm asking the barest minimum. Stand up here, stand with us, pray with us, give blessings so that these brothers in Guantanamo Bay can be free. That we can end. That we can end war. We can end indefinite war. We are living in a war economy. We don't make products no more. We make weapons. We don't make nothing no more. We make weapons. And we sell these weapons and then talk about war. So this is a war on terror. Nah, it's big business for you. It's big business for Lockheed Martin. It's big business for Boeing. It's big business for Raytheon. These are if you go to any hood, any poor neighborhood in America, if you sell drugs, if you sell weapons, you facing time. But if you're a CEO of Lockheed Martin, Raytheon, if you're a government official, you look at the Pentagon, you're not getting no time. You're getting money. You're making a lot of money. Okay? On the deaths of innocent people. And I'm tired of another weekend where I don't speak about it. That's why I'm out here.
All right.
That's what we tired too.
We tired.
He's telling the truth.
Assalamu alaikum. Peace be with you all.
Walaikum salam.
Thank you.
Just look Arabic. They just
Bismillah, assalamu alaikum wa So I know there's some faces out here that know me, but a lot of people out here don't know me. My name is Muhammad Abdullah. My base was in charge of Guantanamo. I was just walking down the street on the phone talking to my girl. And I saw you guys, I heard Afghanistan, I walked across the street. So if you didn't hear it, my name is Muhammad Abdullah. I'm IVAW, Iraq Veterans Against the War.
Right.
It's the Bay Area, so you guys don't even know. There's a military base right here in the Bay Area that was in charge of Guantanamo, which is my military base. Just seeing everything that's going on right now, I just want to make sure that you guys are knowing what's going on and remaining kind of calm and patient with what's going on, because right now the way the government's working everything is they're using your own people to fight against you. So what's going on in Syria right now, Uncle Sam is getting the Syrians to fight the Syrians. In Libya they got the Libyans to fight the Libyans. And the brother was talking about slavery, so I'm going to break down Mali to you guys, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, you guys got smartphones, so you can crack them out and look at Azawad and Sheikh Mukhtar al-Kunti. Sheikh Mukhtar al-Kunti was a relative of Kunta Kinte, and he was a founder of Azawad State, which is Islamic State on Fulani by blood, you know what I mean? So, that's what's really cracking in Libya, or not Libya, but in Mali right now, you see what I'm saying? So they're trying to use those brothers that were fighting against Gaddafi in Mali to fight against their brothers and Mali right now, you know, and everybody's thinking that they're doing something good for Allah. The brothers in Egypt think they're doing something good. Brothers in Syria think they're doing something good. The brothers that were in Libya fighting thought they were doing something good, but the brothers are not understanding, you know, when you destabilize your government, it makes it easier for these people to come in and leech off your community. You know what I mean? So the more stability that we have, the more security we have, the more military strength we have right now, all these countries being destabilized, IDF is getting stronger. IDF is already sending troops across the border into Syria. You know what I mean? So How is Syria FSA accepting money from Israel and training from IDF when the rest of the Muslims are not? We're not. I know myself. I don't accept Israel as a state. I never recognize. You know what I mean? So how are our brothers supposed to be fighting for Allah in line with the rest of us, right? And they're accepting training from the same people who don't like us. I had an argument on Twitter a couple days ago. If you guys know Robert Spencer is the head of Jihad Watch. Kamala Geller is his ally. They were the ones that put the ads up on the buses in San Francisco. So I had an argument with them on Twitter.
She's a freak.
You know, but they speak Hebrew because they're Jews, they're Zionists, right? And I know my bloodline. Fulani tradition says first we were Jews, then we were Christians, then we were Muslims. This is what we're taught from being little kids. You know what I mean? So they keep trying to break down our tradition. We know what's cracking. You know what I mean? There is no secret to why Prophet Muhammad ﷺ sent people into Ethiopia. You know what I mean? The Ethiopians knew it was cracking because Prophet Muhammad's name was in the Bible. When I asked them about that and showed them the verse in the Hebrew, they started acting like I was speaking Chinese. No, I'm not speaking Chinese, I'm speaking Hebrew, and I'm black. You got an issue with it. They tried to call me ratchet, try to undermine what I was saying. They knew what they saw in the Hebrew, and the other people that were online that could speak Hebrew knew what was up. You know what I mean? It's in the Bible. Why do they have to freaking cover over things like that? You know what I mean? It shows you that there's a systematic problem in America. You know what I mean? So I see it's good you guys want to make salat. You got to keep to your core principles, our Fardu Ain, Fardu Kifaya, our prayers, our fasting. You know what I mean? Those are the things that are going to keep us cool. Us fighting against each other is not going to get us anywhere. You know what I mean? It's only going to make things more problematic for us. It's going to cause more destabilization. It's going to be harder for us to keep control over what's going on. At the same time, IDF is getting stronger. At the same token, I still keep my government ties. I'm very connected still within the United States government. You know what I mean? So this is some game right here. Okay, you guys are complaining about Obama. I also complain about Obama and some of the policies and things like that.
Worst
But
president
we
in
have to
history.
be organized, right? So the people that I know that are inside the White House, who I have direct ties to, they're telling me we need to be more organized and they'll respond back to us, right? So here's some game, all right? Obama has a policy right now, if you have 30,000 signatures, and he's going to have to respond back to you, okay? So if we could collect 30,000 signatures on our issues, we could force the White House to issue a response. If you look at what happened with Piers Morgan, and they were trying to deport Piers Morgan, the Republican Party collected 30,000 signatures or more, so the White House had to respond on whether they were going to deport Piers Morgan or not for intervening on American gun rights. You know what I mean? Just in LA, I'm from Los Angeles, just the Arab community alone is over 600,000. So for us to get 30,000 signatures on the issues that we're trying to push, shouldn't be so hard. We have to prove to the people here, that, we have a solid agenda, and then hopefully the rest of the system will fall in line. The way Obama's playing everything, he's like being a populist president. So he's just going along with what the popular majority is. So if we show the United States that there's a popular majority against the war on terror, Guantanamo, all these interventions, this institutionalized racism, then, we should be able to enforce change in America. But if we're not organized and we're just sitting here complaining, we're back at square one where we were in 1960. This is 2013, you know what I mean? We got smartphones, we have mailing lists, we have Twitter, we have Facebook, we have YouTube, social cam. We got all these organizing tools, you know what I mean? And another thing is, George Bush, some of you guys are college students, George Bush tried to flex on the MSA, so that we would be non-political, apolitical. MSA West, which I was also a co-founder of MSA West. I was one of the original ones that started the organization, if you know MSA West, which is the Muslim Student Association of the West Coast. There's California, Washington State, Oregon, Utah, Nevada, because we decided to break away from MSA National in the 1990s because MSA National was always going along with whatever the government was doing. But us on the West Coast, we've always been more radical in our thinking and not just going along with whatever the government's doing. So, UCR had a vote, University of California, Riverside had a vote last week about divesting from Israel, and the Zionists in Los Angeles, Riverside County, and San Bernardino pulled together to flex on the university, so they would overturn the divestment vote on UCR, you know, so that the Zionists would still be keeping their funding. You know what I mean? So one big problem that my brothers in Palestine were sending me letters saying that, you know, the vote's not good enough because right now it's just symbolic. So we need to flex on them, you know what I mean? And let them know, no, this vote is not going to be symbolic. We're actually going to divest from you. We're no longer going to give you money. Israel gets enough money that there shouldn't be any schools closed in Oakland. At all. You see what I'm saying? Shouldn't be no schools closed in America, yet Israel is getting like $4 billion a year from the United States government. It's a welfare state. You know what I mean? All this stuff, if you really dig into the history, it's all stuff that was set up by the British Empire and by France. And if you remember your history, America was a colony of England. So if you really peep game, America's still pretty much a proxy colony of England because of our education system. We're still shoveling the same crap that the British were teaching us. And a lot of that was anti-Islam because the British were running up in all of our countries and they were sending the brothers like me who are black over here to big cotton and work as slaves, you know what I mean? So we just gotta dig deeper, remain in a state of solidarity, keep our prayers up, and inshallah everything will be in a lot better state. You know what I mean? But actually hook up with MSA West, you know what I mean? And push that divestment campaign, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
Thank you.
Okay, I think there's a tap, but I'm...
Hey guys, I just want to say that it's the physical presence that I think is the most powerful. And like us being here, like speaking to the people walking on the sidewalk, people gathered in the park, that is real. That's real action. I mean, sure, we got email lists, we got ballots, we got all that crap. But what people need to do now at this day and age, with all this technological confusion, is to get out on the street and speak. Say what you believe in! Free Guantanamo prisoners!
Yeah!
And Miriam after you. And that'll be time for us.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. I am a Muslim convert of 2 years. And I just want to say I am against the injustice that are happening around the world to the Muslim community all over the world. But at the same time, earlier during this demonstration, a brother came who was in the Iraq War, a veteran. And he was saying how his brothers were killed in Afghanistan. And Che Guevara, probably one of the more violent revolutionaries, said that a great revolutionary is guided by a strong feeling of love. And if we're going to talk to people disrespectfully that had their brothers killed on the other side as well, how are we going to follow people to our side? Yes, there's injustice being done to us, but we also have to see the other point of view. In the Quran, when Moses was told to go talk to Pharaoh, one of the greatest oppressors of all time, God told him, speak softly and gently to him so he might be guided. If we're cussing at people, if we're saying cuss words, we are not representing our deen. We're not representing the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. I had a brother call me a kafir because I was telling him we need to show adab. We need to represent our deen. This ain't our religion. The religion doesn't need us. God doesn't need a single one of us, but He will use us. Because it says in the Quran, you did not kill him, God killed him. You did not strike them, God struck them. So if there's going to be any success, we have to stop having less faith in this crappy government, less faith in ourselves, and more faith in God. The truth that set the sea apart from Moses. The truth, the God that sent Jesus and brought him to heaven will bring him back. And the God that brought Prophet Muhammad and brought us the Quran is the same God that's acting right now at this moment. And we need to stop having more faith in God and seeing that the Prophet Muhammad and all the prophets were the greatest people that suffered. God says He will not try a person unless He loves them. God, this is a sign that is not that we are weak. It is not a sign of weakness to show humility to the face of an oppressor. When the Prophet Muhammad was kicked out of his city, and the same day his wife died and his uncle died, he prayed for the people that threw stones at him. He prayed. He asked for their forgiveness. Yeah, Allah, forgive these people. When Jesus in the Bible was kicked out of the city and they wanted to crucify him, he asked for their forgiveness. Where's the love? If we want to spread this deen, this is in the Quran. When the victory of God comes, You will see people entering the team. We are not going to help this team by pushing people away with our violence and our angry words and cussing at old ladies. That is not our team. At the same time, I am against Obama lying and killing our brothers and sisters overseas, so do not get it twisted. I am not an Uncle Tom. If you want to be a slave nigger, you go live in the Middle East. If you want to really represent the people that you're trying to say, but if you're here in America, you have to do things the way that people understand it is to be done, and they respond to mercy. Who is the religion of this country? It is Christianity. What was Jesus? He's our prophet. He's not their God. So if you want to represent Jesus, if you want to represent Moses, and the Jews that live in this country, you better stop acting like them. And it is not cussing out people, it is not spitting at cops, it is not holding in traffic and getting people that might have to see their husband or wife in the hospital, need to give their mother to give birth. That is not helping.
No.
So, I know, and if you want to help Guantanamo, it's us acting as Muslims, acting with doing our prayers and all things like that, that's going to help them more than getting people upset at us and really bad publicity. Publicity nonetheless, but we need to do it with adab, like Malcolm X when he came back from Hajj. He understood that. So, just want to say that. Assalamu alaikum.
Hold up, ladies and gentlemen, Sister Miriam! Oh, never mind.
I'm actually here in support of you guys.
Anyways, I don't, the U.S. government is not legitimate, just like the Israeli government is not.
They're all murderers.
Okay, hey guys, I came out here to support my brothers in Guantanamo Bay, and I think I want to, bring it back to them, because that's who we're here for. We don't need to go and talk about this stuff. Anyways, so, I want to read Surah Fatiha for the relief of the brothers in Guantanamo Bay, and may Allah shut down Guantanamo Bay by any means necessary. Gotta do it. Okay, Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. All together. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir-Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين آمين. Death to Guantanamo!
All right, excellent. So, just as a refresher, again, one thing is when you're in the streets, you never talk strategy in the streets. Saul Alinsky's Rules for Radicals. Read the book, it's a fantastic book. So why are we out here for Guantanamo? Just giving everybody, baseline backstory. These are people that are suspected of lots of things, and for what the brother was saying earlier, these are people. Say what? Louder. Louder? I can't louder. I can be louder without it. One of the things the brother was saying is that there are bounties in countries like Yemen, Syria, obviously Afghanistan, where the military or the militias are paid to capture militia or military-aged males. And so their job as a militia is to say, how old are you? 30? You're going to jail. All right. And they lock them up and they get $25,000, $50,000 for every military-aged male. And then they send them to a prison in which they never get a trial. Now again, there's 166 people there, and I want to say we've had at one point at least over 400. All of them have been released to this point, having done nothing. They spent 8, 9, 10 years in this prison, never getting a trial, simply for being in the wrong place at the wrong time, in the wrong country, in the wrong skin. So, why are we here? Because until these people walking around having a wonderful Sunday like I'd like to have, we was at the Halal Food Festival last night, I'm hella tired. I'm exhausted. I got to go to work in the morning. But there's no way that I can be at home sleeping and resting, knowing that people like you guys are out here trying to get people like me to pay attention and people like me to speak out. And until we find a way to get people like
Tell them to wake the fuck up.
to actually say, you know what, that is kind of bogus. Why are we spending more money to send people to prison than to college? Or, fun fact, you guys know that 1/3 of all the telemarketing calls you get come from prisoners?
Oh, Lord.
1/3 of all the telemarketing calls you get come from prisons. So Guantanamo is just a piece of the prison problem. And if you really think about that, that means prisoners are holding your credit card numbers. They got access to your social security number. When you lay down a bill, or would you like to get your free satellite dish? Everybody gets them calls. You get it in your cell phone. The prison industry is part of how this country makes its money, and Guantanamo is a piece of the problem. However, Guantanamo is also the piece that is the most blatantly illegal, the most blatantly wrong, and it's the one that absolutely anybody, no matter how you feel about anything, knows that innocent until proven guilty, and if they're so guilty, if they deserve to be tortured, put them on trial and then do your thing. And at least we have less moral ground to be this is absolutely wrong. So that's why I'm here. I am sleepy. I have cut somebody off. You guys know my spirit. I'm usually not so upset, but there's no way that I'm gonna be out here. I'm gonna be at home, and y'all are here. And whenever we're doing this, you can count on me being here. Inshallah. Peace.
Yeah, speaking your piece.
Somebody else.
I think it might be right now.
You got an offer time?
So, like I forgot, I just dropped some info online about Steve Biko. So if you guys don't know right now, like all you brothers and sisters sitting right here, you guys have the support of ANC, African National Congress, which is the government of South Africa. They're riding with us till the wheels fall off, until the casket drop. So Steve Biko was an activist from South Africa against the apartheid government, which Israel was funding and supporting, right? So Steve Biko was murdered by the South African police force during apartheid, and their response to his cause of death was saying that Steve Biko died because he went on a hunger strike. He died of starvation. So me knowing my former employers and my former co-workers, I don't trust anything that they say. They may or may not be on a hunger strike right now. Nobody here can verify it. I myself cannot verify it. You see what I'm saying? What's going on the island right now? They may or may not be on a hunger strike.
No, they're on a hunger strike.
So this is just food for thought. You know what I mean? One of my boys who did work down at Gitmo, I had a phone, I lost it, but I had a recording of him saying, you know, how he used to kick the detainees off the AC-130 aircraft off the back and watch them fall all the way to the ground, you know what I mean? He said half of the detainees that got shipped to Guantanamo, that's what they did to them.
Fuck.
They killed them, you know, before they even got there. So there's a whole list of brothers that never even made it to Guantanamo, you know what I mean? They're just MIA. There's also a whole group of brothers from America that got arrested, but because Bush was banging on everybody and everybody was scared and quiet during that era, nobody knows who they were, their names, who their family members are. They're just brothers who disappeared. You see what I'm saying? One of those brothers who was murdered during that era was Imam Uthman Abdullah from Detroit, Michigan. You know what I mean? So just look into this stuff, and like I'm saying, continue to support the divestment activities, because you have governments behind you and big organizations behind you that people love. Most of the people in San Francisco love Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela is riding with you brothers and sisters till the wheels fall off with the divestment and everything you guys are doing. So just keep
got out of the
rolling
hospital.
whatever you're doing. I just was walking by and happened to see this, so I decided to join. That's all I have to say. You know,
Thank you. Nelson Mandela just got out of the hospital yesterday.
Yeah, hopefully they don't try to murk him like Chavez.
Alright, so actually this is a good time. We're actually going to break for prayer. So for those who are in solidarity, if you're not Muslim, you can still help greatly, because one of the things that we might do
So I make sure I get his badge number.
it was made in the U.S.
Let's see if I can get his badge number here. Get it away from me, but I'll wait. Hey, little baby. There's the guy on the left. He's the one that attacked a woman. He's got his back turned toward me right now. Okay. Officer Shea. All right, thank you, sir. We'll make sure it gets out on the internet.
Okay.
Right. You like beating women? We'll make sure everybody knows. Coward. Right.
States, and I'm guessing everything you own wasn't made in the United
Lieutenant
States.
Shea, San Francisco Police Department. Anyway, I just had to do that, folks.
Call attention to civil liberties violations happening both internationally and in the United States. Everything from Bradley Manning's trial to the use of drones and a lot more than that. People here probably have a pretty good idea what's going on, how the United States is perpetuating the violation of civil liberties around the world. So if people are interested in that kind of thing, there's a website that's going to be launched soon where you can find out more information, occupycivilliberty.org. And we hope that you join us for this village that we're going to be creating. occupycivilliberty.org.
OccupyCivilLiberties.org.
Yeah, I just want to let people know what's coming.
Alright, so once it's set up, it's gonna be beautiful. So is this our security in the back? Alright, outstanding. So who's our man? Who's our man? Who's our man? Alright, Bob, what do you need, ma'am? I'll make the call.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll see myself. Okay.
Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah.
Well, you folks know I don't believe in praying, so I'm an atheist. But if you want to, I don't mind you practicing your religion as long as you don't try to force it on me.
You can just protect the sisters back here.
I'm watching too.
Hayya al-falah. Hayya al-falah. Allah Akbar, Allah Akbar. La ilaha illallah. Okay, so we shouldn't go to the
Oops, sorry. ask you a question for just a second?
Yeah.
I was at your ACAC 19 pre-trial thing at 850 Bryant.
I'm not.
Okay, because I saw you there. I thought you were one of the people. Sorry about that then. I was just wondering what happened.
Motions are being moved to another day. Or the second phase of the motions that get heard to the next court date.
Okay, that was it? Okay, thanks. They were just set up for another. And what day was that? Do you remember? No, okay, thank you. Anyway, I think we're going to wrap it up here, folks. I'm going to keep the camera on in case we get attacked by the police. Which one woman was already attacked today. Lady I spoke to earlier. Because she wouldn't hop up on the sidewalk fast enough. And Lieutenant Shea of the San Francisco Police Department took it upon himself to attack this woman and arrest her for no good reason. And he's just another fucking coward on the San Francisco Police Department. And no, I don't like cops, and I don't support cops, and I don't support the police department. They're only here to enforce their brand of oppression on us. They're not responsible to the community. They don't obey the same laws that we have to obey. They're nothing but paid thugs for the 1%. And that's where I stand on it. And if you don't like it, you don't have to watch this live stream. But that's the way I feel. At any rate. We're going to continue to support the Guantanamo Bay hunger strikers. We have a demonstration on Thursday at 4:30 p.m. at the new federal building, which is on the corner of 7th and Mission Street. And we'll be marching to Powell Street and maybe Union Square. So that starts at 4:30. On Thursday, show up if you support the hunger strikers in Guantanamo Bay and their brave resistance against the United States government. This is FreemanSullivan. You can catch me on my new website. I just got it up the other day. Activist Stream, activistream.com. Just got it up, and pretty soon I'll open it up for you all, so you can post your live streams and videos on my site, or it should say your site, and we'll have the capacity to do that in just a few, like as soon as I get back to the computer and start coding again. So thanks for following me. You can also catch me on my Ustream channel, ustre.am/N, little h, little u, capital D, and click on the followers, become one of my followers so you can be notified by email every time I live stream. Anyway, thank you. This is FreemanSullivan logging off, and thanks a lot for watching. I appreciate your support.